What's going on, YouTube? It's ya boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NBA High Five video with your boy. Drop a like down below because I already know you're gonna love it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment anything in the comment section to enter your name into the $50 giveaway I do every single week on this channel because I love y'all. Hopefully you guys are having a great morning so far. Hopefully you're having a good beginning of the week. Yesterday was a very nice night for NBA. I told y'all coming into the week, look, we're going for a streak week. We got to get back from the slow first week of the season, so it's get back week. And we started off with a bang on Monday, so it was a good win last night. We got a 4-game slate, small slate killers. Let's get straight to it. So I'm not going to keep up too much of your time, man. I feel really, really good about this slate. Really, really good about the spots that I really like to lock in here for the high five for y'all. So let's get into it. Now, I had multiple people hit me up yesterday and were like, okay, I'm playing, I built multiple lines using your core and all that stuff, and I love that you guys are using my cores from the videos and using my advice that I give and all that stuff. But make sure you're also checking before lock that nothing crazy is happening and you can't, benefit anywhere. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, this is the beginning of the day. So, like for example, later on in the day, Devin Booker could be ruled out, and I not know that right now. And something like that is big. If you don't make adjustments with that news, you're probably going to lose because everybody else will. And like Chris Paul's going to smash in that situation. That type of thing. You know what I mean? So pay attention to that. Obviously, yes, for sure, use the core, especially the core guys who, nothing crazy pops up later on in the day, but also, add in some extra work to make sure that you're really keeping up with it. With the NBA is one of those sports where so much can happen throughout the day that change the entire slate. One player could be out, like Steph Curry be out, and it changed the whole way you build tonight. All right, so yes, the core using the core is great, but remember it's an early video, so it's just trying to really get y'all on track to the success, and then you really still got to do that later on in the day work, especially near lock. Or you could just join Greenlight DFS, greenlightdfs.com, join our packages, and we update as the day goes on. So make sure when you grab your package at Greenlight, you follow me on Twitter at cam_ATL. We announce when updates are made. Anytime we can improve at any point throughout the entire night, we take advantage. That's where we've always stuck out. That's where we've always gotten that edge, is making updates. Last night we made some updates and easily cashed, where everybody else kind of got caught sleeping. Garuba was a cheap value and he was going to be a lock early on, but then he was coming off the bench. We got off of it. He still was over 50% owned. You know why? Because people were not paying attention. And that's where we take advantage all year long. And moves, getting off of people like that and making adjustments off people is really what can put you in takedown range, especially in NBA. So that's what we excel at Greenlight at 6 o'clock whenever the slate locks. Is not when we stop working. We continue working all night to see if we can improve in any place, especially if any news comes out. So make sure you follow me on Twitter at cam_ATL, especially if you are a Greenlight DFS member. And if not, if you don't have a Twitter, you could just refresh the NBA page before any slated game starts. So so the game started at 7 today, right? Well, 7 Central. So there's the later game, Golden State Phoenix at 10. So at like 9:30, just refresh, or 9:50 even, like 10 minutes before. Refresh just to make sure nothing was changed if you don't follow me on social media. All right, so 10 minutes before each slate of games starts, just refresh the NBA access page to make sure nothing's changed, because like I said, that is one of the big spots that we take advantage of, is updates throughout the night. Okay, you don't want to just lock in first look and then not update with us. You want to stay on with us and update with us. So turn notifications on Twitter so that you get my tweet notifications. I will tweet out anytime I make updates. And if you don't have a Twitter, you can just refresh the NBA access page, like I said, 10 minutes before any game, just to verify that nothing's changed. All right, let's get straight into it, baby. Starting off first, Luka Doncic. Now, this is a 4-game slate. Y'all don't get cute. On a 4-game slate, Luka Doncic has the highest upside of anybody on the slate. He is the guy that you should probably lock in. He's by far and away the best option on the slate. And on 4-game slates, you just don't overthink it. You lock him in. He's probably going to be 90% owned, but that's what you call good chalk. Okay, for a guy like Luka who's been smashing, good matchup against New Orleans, close game. Like, just don't overthink it. On small slates like this, you have to have that top scorer guy or you're going to lose. So, Luka is in a fantastic spot, and I definitely want a ton of him. Next up is shooting guard, Trey Mann. You've got Shai Gilchrist out and Giddey out for OKC. Trey Mann's going to do a ton of ball handling duties here. And we don't get, the normal Clipper team we're used to. Kawhi's coming off the bench. At least right now, he's still projected to come off the bench. You've got Paul George out tonight, so that's a fantastic spot. I really love Trey Mann. I love multiple OKC guys. I'll talk about the other OKC guy I like a little bit later. All right. As small forward, Norman Powell. Like I said, no Paul George, Kawhi coming off the bench. Norman Powell is going to be predominantly the scoring option on this Clipper squad, and he's only 4'8". I like him. I like Reggie Jackson. I like Robert Covington. I like multiple guys from the Clippers. You can't go wrong grabbing some Clipper guys. Pay attention to that starting lineup. If for some reason John Wall enters the starting lineup or Kawhi Leonard enters the starting lineup, then that will definitely make a difference, and that'll make those guys interesting. I still will be on Norman Powell no matter what because he's going to be in the starting lineup no matter what. And you take a guy like Paul George out of the lineup, he's just, yeah, he's going to do great. At center, I got to go DeAndre Ayton. Golden State has struggled badly versus bigs this year so far. They've gotten absolutely demolished. They gave up over 45 to Sabonis, over 58 to Jokic, over 45 to Anthony Davis, and that's another reason why they've been getting demolished though, is that they've been facing some of the best in the league, Sabonis, Jokic, and AD. Like they faced three of the best centers in the entire league. So Ayton will have a ton of ownership, rightfully so. The matchup is looking good. This should be a good game right here overall in Phoenix. So Ayton, once again, is priced too low for his usage in this offense. But if you want to get lower owned, I can understand getting off of Ayton, seeing you're like, if you're sitting there like, okay, Sabonis, Jokic, and Davis had great games, but maybe Ayton comes down to reality. He's not on their level. Maybe he's kind of a, maybe they're not that bad. They've just faced amazing talent. We'll see. Other options: Isaiah Stewart at center, Zubac at center. He'll be asked to score a little bit more with no Paul George against OKC. Christian Wood is also a solid option. So you've got some solid center options if you want to spend up. Jonas, Kristaps, Porzingis, all of those guys are options. So if you want to get lower owned, they're fine options. I'm going Ayton because, like I said, I think he's safe at 6'7". The matchup has been good so far this year. I'm just saying on a 4-game slate, wherever you can get different and lower owned is a good idea, as long as it's not stupid, like crazy move. Like I wouldn't get different off of Luca. If Luca drops 35, then so be it. He's not going to kill you because he should have 90% ownership. At the end of the day, when a guy like Luca goes out and drops 35, you just eat that loss. If it happens to be a loss, you just eat that sometimes because at the end of the day, he is the play, and it's not always as hard as a lot of people make it out to be. The hard part is making those last minute adjustments when injury news comes out because you really got to consider all the roster construction, different moves you can make, and where to put this guy, where to put that guy. That's where the hard part comes in for NBA DFS. And that's why, Greenlight is so important because we really take advantage of that. And that is the key to success in NBA DFS. So it's very important you stay on it after a lot. Last but not least, I'm going Lou Dort. I love Dort. Like I said, no shy, no giddy. Dort's gonna have some more ball handling duties, and Dort is a fantastic player. Can put up in multiple categories. Huge upside. Had a fantastic preseason. Solid spot for him here. And like I said, that Clippers defense is nowhere near what it used to be, especially when Paul George is off the floor. So you take Paul George off the floor, Dort should be able to have his way here. If Kawhi enters the starting lineup, then yeah, that'll help the Clippers defense for sure. I don't. Right now, Kawhi's still projected off the bench. I would expect they still do. They're still trying to work him in. He's not ready to play full minutes yet, I don't believe, but we'll see what happens. So pay attention to that. But anyway, the high five for tonight, Luka Doncic. It's a 4-game slate. He is by far and away the best play on the slate. Trey Mann, we've got injuries. Shai Gilchrist-Alexander, Giddy, both out. Trey Mann, ton of ball handling duties. Norman Powell, no Paul George, is going to be fantastic. DeAndre Ayton at center. This is the spot I'd be. There's multiple options at center. This is the spot I'd be interested in playing with, especially if Ayton is ultra chalky. It would be interesting to, maybe get different in a way. Um, but I do love him. And then Lou Dort to finish it off. Only 6K. I feel good for 6X, at least 36 here. With the big time usage players in Giddy and Shy off the floor for OKC, it's really going to benefit a lot of these guys big time when it comes to usage and the amount of time these guys have the ball in their hands. So, opportunity is all it's about in NBA DFS. The more opportunity you got, the better. All right, some of these guys don't even put up a ton of fantasy points per minute, but because they have huge roles on their teams and play a ton of minutes, they're in play every day. You know what I mean? So it's just all about opportunity. The more somebody's on the floor, the better. Especially if you can get like a value guy who's going to be on the floor more than normal, or have the ball in his hands more than normal, or take more shots more than normal. That's key. All right. So thank you guys for joining me as always. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad. Let's get it. It's streak week, baby. All right. Thank you guys. Peace.